fan here. Are we live? Are we on? Ah, we are. We are. My sincere apologies, my faithful. I do apologize. I turn on the fan sometimes when we do this. So, very, 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 very good morning to. Excuse me. Wow. And we're trying something a little different this time because we are out of the chai spice tea. So I usually have the lemon garlic, but this is something a little different. What I do is I take a tablespoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and I boil some water, and I put the water inside. And my friend Pete used to tell me, well, take cinnamon sticks and put it in water till it turns red, and then take out the cinnamon sticks and then drink the pure cinnamon. But it's kind of complicated, so I've done that before. But I just do it with regular cinnamon, ground cinnamon. I think it's good for you. I hope so. I yeah, kind of treated myself. I like raspberries, so I get like this and try to be kind of honest on this show. Raspberries are kind of like a natural Viagra in a way. It doesn't keep your dick hard after. Like, I don't know. I heard Viagra after you come, then your dick still stays hard. I don't like that idea. So Viagra, the raspberries don't give you that effect, but they give you in Yiddish. They give you a good steife. In Yiddish, steife means a hard one. So I guess, and what also helps is if you don't masturbate too often. That's kind of like the key. You got to let your body replenish itself and build. Use that energy in the gym instead. Like, I know it's hard, man. Literally, get it? It's hard. I can throw some puns out there sometimes, but the thing is that I told you, just try to go 2 days without doing it. That might not sound like a lot, but if you're used to watching videos every night, that is pretty. That's a decent amount of time, 2 full nights without watching videos for somebody that watches it every night. Um, or it depends. I don't know. People can do it all. Remember the episode of Seinfeld when George was jacking off in Karen's bathroom? Georgie, oh mom, his mom caught him in there. It's like a joke, but look, it's a similar thing. We all have to urinate and take a dump. So kind of like masturbation is something like it's not as frequent as that, but it's something that people do, or else how could you explain all these people being here? Look, they're procreating. That's the bottom line. Either they're you know getting off one way or the other. They're impregnating somebody, so they're doing it. That's the thing. It's not a mystery. I know I call this episode Potluck, so I guess um, so I had the raspberries, and then like I had a little bit of vanilla ice cream, which I like. For some reason, I get some type of reaction like coffee ice cream, and then vanilla bean. I tried. I got a little bit of I don't know if I feel it in my back or my kidneys or something. So just the regular vanilla, I'm good. I'm good with that one. And I'm very specific. I like the Haagen Dazs one because I've tried other companies, and they're kind of cheap. You can taste. I don't know It's just not. It just tastes kind of cheap. Too much sugar and artificial ingredients. For the Haagen Dazs, it's good shit. So I have a little bit of that, and then I'm used to eating chocolate. So what I did was, I think I told you this. I went out and got this at Trader Joe's. They make this unsweetened chocolate chips in a bag, and it's like pure chocolate from like the Ivory Coast, and it's like no sugar in there, no sugar. Now let me tell you, let me forewarn you, it's pure chocolate, so it doesn't It's got very little taste. It's very little. It's not sweet at all. It's got like a bitter kind of. But you know what? It kind of just fills the. You feel like having some chocolate, and you don't want the sugar. Go ahead and have the pure chocolate, and you'll you'll kind of satisfy your sweet tooth and get off the craziness of sugars. I mean, look, man, I know it's hard. I know, but for me, I try to limit the craziness of stuff. Like especially as you get older, if you don't, um, you're gonna pay a price for it. You're gonna pay a price, man. I mean, look, I felt like having some beers. I haven't drank in 2.5 years, man. But I don't because I'm too compulsive that way. Like because if I start, then I'm gonna start almost. Let me have it. Let me go out there. Let me. And I'm too combative, man. You know, I went to this place on Sunset tonight. And this DJ, he sucks. Like there's no offense to him, but there's no real. It's not a good dance spot anyway. And I sat there for a little bit. I did a little bit of some, and I just did not feel it. Man, I was like, let me get the fuck out of here. Fuck it. Let me just go home, have something to eat. It's like the problem is, it's like it's always in you. Like if you've done something for so long, even though somebody says they're retired, for some, believe me, they do it. They do it every once in a while. They'll do something. It's always there. Dude, I played cards for 25 years, man. 25 plus fucking years. So like, I didn't go to the casino for like over 2 months. I hope, it's just something, dude. It's like I have a friend. He's got almost 3 years, without going. He's like in his 60s, but he played for as long as I did, and he slipped up 3 years ago. So the thing is, this shit's always going to be in you. Now, the whole idea is for you to control this and to do other things that are positive for you. I go to the gym. That's my thing. The gym can be kind of monotonous, though. I told you I got into it with this fucking retard that was working at the front desk. I have issues like but these people just don't respect you for your years of service. That's what I look at it. Like when I dance, like 25 years, man. And you're gonna try to get in my face. You're gonna try you fucking idiots. It's like in the movie business. Sorry, I was looking at my phone trying to see what time it is. If you're an actor and you're successful, they have all these award shows. They like give you awards. They honor you. They honor you for like years of service and things like that. But like it seems like whatever the fuck I got into, there's no honor. It's like just make fun of. When I was bodybuilding, people try to challenge me in the fights and stuff. What the fuck? They just don't. Some people come up to say, hey, you look good and everything like that. But man, I'm talking like it's all backwards. Like the people that get honored are not these people. Like I don't care about what they do. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed by acting. I'm sorry, I'm not impressed. It takes a lot to impress me because I've seen people do incredible things. So it's like I'm not impressed by very much. Okay, when I see a woman with a really good rack, I'm impressed. Okay, there you go. You have to. Because it's kind of like different. You know what I mean? It's like you don't see um, something really out of the ordinary. And that's why out of the ordinary impresses me. I'm sorry, like that's just how I am. It's funny. There's this one in town today. She'll be in town for a week. She's kind of like I don't know. She doesn't do really films anymore. I'm gonna ask her. I think she produces more, but she's like you know, I convinced her to let me see her for half an hour. Like I've seen her like a couple. I think I've seen her twice. Once for sure. No, I think I've seen her twice, 2 times. And she's like women that work with you. It's like, hey, they want like 500 for an hour, and it's like, yeah, okay, well, maybe 300 for a half, and then they're like, oh, okay, all right, whatever. Because it's not the hour, it's time. It's like it's a lot of money for very little. Like what you're really getting. You're honored by their presence, and then if you get naked for them, you get to jack off for them. It's something like nothing. I mean, I paid this one chick. She was a dominatrix. I see her walking around my area all the time. I didn't know that she was with this other older woman. Turned out to be her mom. And her mom kind of introduced me, and said, "Oh, let her tell her what you do," and kind of thing. And you know, it's like a dominatrix kind of thing. Now I'm not into that. But the thing was, um, I still like, her charge was like $300 a session, and I was like, okay, all right, because I look, she was she visually was extraordinary, extraordinary. So if they charge and they're reasonable and they're that extraordinary, I will pay. Period. Because that's how it is with me. You're weak, then hey, you can call me whatever the fuck you want, but let me tell you something. It's very hard to get what you like out of life. And if you have to pay to get it, then so be it, okay? Because you get one go round in this life, and money is a tool for you to get what you want. I don't care if you're a regular guy that wants to have a family, whatever like that, you still need money to buy a house. That's a tool, okay? So my point is that there's no shame. There's no shame in paying. You want to go to Disneyland? It costs like $125. You pay to get in. There's no shame in paying, okay? Period. Okay, there's no argument there. There's no fucking argument. Now, here's the problem. I've seen some women that their prices are beyond ridiculous. This one chick, she wants $5,000 or something. She's fucking out of her fucking mind. She's not bad, but no, that's absolutely ridiculous. This other black chick that I've seen that was in Score magazine, she wants 1,200 an hour, and I was like, hey, can you work with me? Like for half, or and she's like, no, that's what she wants 12. And I said, well, then you're out of your fucking mind because you know how the hierarchy works with this thing. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to sound like a racist or something, but there's a hierarchy of who can charge like the most based on whatever status they are and by race. I'm very, very, very sorry. That's how it works. I did not create this. So, like that's kind of stupid. She's missing out because think about this. Think about this. If the girl say, hey, all right, I'll see you $300. I'll see you. It's like, hey, repeat customer. 300, 300, it adds up, real quick. If it's really good, I'll go see a woman once every couple of weeks, maybe twice every couple of weeks. This one that I see, I give her, 200, about every 2 weeks at least, maybe once a week, like if it's convenient for me. So, the whole idea is take the fucking money. What the hell is wrong with you? It's not like $40. We're talking hundreds here, and the hundreds add up to like thousands. You're being greedy, it's like stupid. Now, the higher up you are, the more I will pay. Now I have my limits, of course, but let me tell you, like if I see something that's like, super extraordinary, and they're very reasonable, I will love it. Like there's one chick, she's not, she recently retired, but she was very, very reasonable for what she looked like. I mean, listen, I'm not exaggerating here. And I don't give out this type of compliment very often. Believe me, I'll never forget. Like she used to tour. She goes all around the country, even the world. And I remember she was in Newport Beach one time. I'm in LA, and I schlepped down there to see her. And I'll never forget when she opened up the door. Okay, it was like seeing God. Okay, you have no idea. I mean, I was just like, oh my God, it's like the most incredible thing I've ever seen. And that's what I paid for. I'll never forget it. She was just, it was awe dropping. It was I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like it before, and you never will. It was like just unfathomable. Okay. Her name is Chelsea Charms, by the way, if you want to know who I'm talking about. All right. She doesn't do, like, retired and stuff like that. But when she opened up that door, it was beyond anything I ever seen. Okay. It was worth every fucking penny just to be in the presence of somebody like that. Now I heard some of these people, like, not entertainers, well, entertainers, singers, dancers, like Paula Abdul would charge when she did a I can't make it for her, but they had a meet and greet kind of thing, where for like $800 or $600 or something like that, you could meet her for, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, behind the scene talk or something like that. They had, I remember J Lo had a package like $2,300 or something like that. Over, it was like 2,000 plus, autograph picture with her and a quick meet and greet kind of thing. And I wouldn't pay that to them because I am not a generic fan. I'm a screenwriter. Like I'm somebody that, not just a screenwriter. Well, to me, anybody that's written 100 pages for a movie, even though you haven't done nothing with it, you're still a screenwriter. Okay, you put in the time, even though you're not successful. Um, but I'm not a generic fan per se. Like I offer them something. I bring something to the table for my, like, what I'm trying to sell, because I've danced for 25 years. Okay, in my mind, like, I'm better than the people that dance on the stage with them, background dancers. I'm better than them. Okay, I mean, they're great choreographed dancers, I'm sure, but you're gonna, it's all subjective. Like, it's a, who says who's better? Who says who's better? It's somebody's opinion. I mean, to me, I'm going to be honest, like the Les twins, I don't think they would be very much if they didn't have one brother bouncing off the other one, working with them. Um, and I still think, if we go back, look at, if you research your dance history, look up like the Nicholas brothers, is different, would make them look like nothing. And so I don't care how wild you're moving around and how wild you're doing things. I look for precision, control, and like, just, you know, it's just like, you're not fooling me. I don't care what music's going on. I'm not looking at them. I'm not, the music, I know it's there. Like, but I'm watching what you do. I'm watching, like how you flow. And, that's why, like, Michael Jackson is so revered, because, his choreography, like the way is to the beats. Smooth Criminal videos and stuff like that. And, it flowed. It flowed. Vince Patterson did the choreography. I spoke with him, well, online anyway. All these people are interconnected. Like, I've been in the industry for a long time, but not. It's like fringe. It's like I just was never really featured. But I know all these people. Like, they're all in this giant circle of people, of dance dance. Like, they're just, because how could you not know? I've been around 25 years in this. I didn't spend it just dancing in nightclubs. Okay? I've been on television. I've been, the choreographer's carnival. I knew Kerry before he started that, and he knows of me. Anyway, potluck, talking about everything. um I applied for various jobs, all around Las Vegas mostly, because I'm more inspired there. I'm more motivated, like, to work there, with the goal of owning my own condo out there. I mean, it's so incredible. Like, I looked, I get these things from these agents. Oh, yeah, 200,000 or less at Trump Tower living. God, it's like rich living for that kind of price. You get a shoebox out there for that. It's still, but compared to LA, you're not going to get nothing like that for that kind of price. It's going to cost you 5 times that, 4 times more. I just rather die out there, than live here with nothing. If I had it, like if I made it. But I'm watching the market right now, the crypto market. No progress, nothing. It's like, damn. How do you should have called this episode like, how do you storm? Like you just wait for it to pass, man. You wait for shit to turn around in life is what you do. When nothing's going on, when nothing seems to be going your way, or nothing is really good, happening for you, you haven't hit nothing. When does it change? Like when just gotta hold on. The Wilson Phillips said, hold on for one more day. It's true. It's true. You do have to. You have to hold on. I watched this video like on YouTube. It says this Chinese emperor went to visit this Buddha guy. I forget what his name is. And he just told him like how to quiet his mind. Really interesting. I listened to it. It's like 5-6 minutes. Felt like when I was younger, life was so exciting. You get older and it's not anymore. And then I just like refuse to accept that. Like I hold the contention. I didn't create the saying, but they say the reason why people get old is because they stop acting young. Now, there's some truth. There's a lot of truth to it, and then there's a lot of untruth to it. The untruth is a lot of younger people do stupid things. A lot of things that can be harmful for your health, that can rob you of your vitality. I don't condone any of that. But like going out dancing, healthy exercise, working out, walking, you're talking about stuff that can keep you young. Even chasing women, like I know that's why I started this channel, right? Keeps you young because you're chasing, working the body. A lot of people get older, they get sedentary. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. A body at rest tends to stay at rest. So, it's like, I wouldn't get exercise equipment at home. Hey, man, there's something about, like walking to the gym, man. When you're walking, they said there's some type of fluid that's released in your back or something, like lubrication or something. I don't know. But what happens, I notice when I start walking, I start thinking in a good way. Like my mind's working. You're working out at home. You're not, like it's kind of like a lazy way of doing things. Get out there. Like, and you notice I said walk to the gym. I didn't say drive to the gym. Oh, it's too far away from me. Then find some place that's close. There's no place that's close. Then why are you living in the middle of nowhere then? Why? There should be a gym within a couple miles of where you live. It's that important. Do you know why? Is there any food places within a couple miles of where you live? Of course there is, because you need it to survive. The problem is, I know when this never really occurred to me. I thought about this. When I go to Anaheim and I go dancing, I walk from the Anaheim Stadium, the Angel Stadium. That's where the Metrolink drops it off. I walk from there to Disneyland. It's probably like 3 miles, 2, 3, 4 miles, and closer to 2 or 3. It feels like it's further, but it's not. And on that walk down Catella to Harbor, there's all these food places and all these people going to eat. I'm walking, I'm moving. Do you understand? And then when I go to the dance place, okay. Let me hold on. Let me say this calmly and patiently because I felt like I have a lot to say. I'm walking to the venue, correct? I'm walking by people. They're going to eat. Probably drove there to go to a food place. So this is why people get fat. Sitting in a car, you're not moving. Going to the restaurant, you're eating. After you're done eating, you go back in the car and then to the hotel or home or whatever. When are you moving around? When is the body moving around? What I'm doing, I get off the train, I walk. There's all these food places, and I go to Subway, the place of no taste, I know, but you know what? I don't like the food to weigh me down if I'm going dancing. Get a 6-inch turkey, something to hold me over. That's all it is. 6-inch turkey on fucking wheat with lettuce, tomato, and mayo. That's it. And some cheese. I get some cheese on that. And guess what? I get it to go and I eat it as I'm walking. So now I'm still fucking moving my body as I'm walking up Harbor Boulevard, whatever, toward past Disneyland to the hotel where this dance thing is. Finish the sandwich, that's done. And now I'm ready to go dance. So I'm moving my body. I'm dancing more. That's why I'm in fucking decent shape at 47. I'm gonna be 48 years old. Because I move my fucking body a lot. Now I got a friend. He's, God bless him. He's a nice guy, but he's a little bit of a bonehead. And this guy's like, well, you walk way too much. Yeah, well, this guy just had back surgeries and trying to lose 20 pounds for the past, ever since I known him, okay? Now he's probably maybe another back surgery or something. Because he doesn't know. Walk too much. There's no such thing, okay? And let me repeat that. There's no such thing as walking too much. There's no such thing. The problem is most people eat too much. Because it's like there's a food place on every fucking tons of food places. Yeah, compared to how many gyms are there? How many people are eating every second? They're not working out. They're not exercising. They don't got time. They got time to eat, but they don't got time to exercise. Let me tell you something. That's why these women get really fat. That's why bodies change so quick. Because if you gain 10 pounds a year, you might not notice, but you sure as hell will notice in 2 or 3 years. And as bright as day, you will notice within 10 years you gain 100 pounds, woman or man. Uh, you know, it's, of course, you know, it has to be maintained and modified. A lot of people just don't get it. They don't get it. They don't understand this. When you're young, most people, the bodies are, they're running hot. They burn a lot of calories. I've seen these women; they look great in their early 20s. It's very, very short lived, and they learn this very quickly because the youth like that is gone like that. There ain't no women my age doing this, okay? And when I mean none, I'm talking about there's so few that it's like ridiculous, okay? Well, like J Lo, a super rare exception of somebody that's worth $100 million, okay? You know, because they're all her money is banked on her look. But there's like a handful of women that are 50 years old that look absolutely incredible. Okay, they're not. It's too because if they haven't been exercising their whole life, then there's rare exceptions. I watched on America's Got Talent some 70-year-old grandmother, some Latino chick came on stage and she was posing and stuff like that. It's like 70 something years old. She looked phenomenal for her age. Yeah, she started working out in her 50s. Okay, there's exceptions. There's rare exceptions. That woman is one of them. But this one chick that is coming to town in a couple weeks. You know, and I hate to say the name because it's like belittling. I hate to belittle people, but um, she used to be in the 80s, in the 90s even. I paid to see her. I had to see her. It was like 500 for the half. I gave it to her, and wow, I mean, yeah. But now, no, no, she's just too old. She's old, fat, saggy booty. She used to be okay, and I won't even consider. You know, I know you want me to tell the names, but what's the difference? What's the difference? It doesn't matter, you know, because my type is not exactly your type. You know, I threw out some names here and there. You know, there's this one huge boobed Asian chick. Okay, that's her friend, and she'll be in town hopefully in a couple weeks. Now, I've been trying to see her for like 17 years. Okay, I might finally get to see her this time if she's a little reasonable. But you know, I mean, it's like some of these women, they're tough. You know, they're her husband died. You know, but she's got money. They got money already. They see they covered their bases. Yeah, sorry, at the cinnamon's at the bottom. You know, pull up to the scene. I'm a cinnamon. I don't know what that song goes like that, but I listen to these guys. They play this rap music so loud when they're driving by, and say like, don't even get a hearing aid or something like that. This music fucking sucks. You know, I got an open mind toward good music of today. I'm sorry, dude. A lot of this stuff is just total fucking garbage. It's garbage, you know? And that means that's a spit on the young talent of today. Because you're supposed to be badass. Because you're young in your prime and you're cranking out garbage. What does that say about you? I'm trying. You ain't trying hard enough, man. This dude's out there really fucking putting out something good. And then there's all this other crap. You know, I tell it like it is, dude. I tell it like it is. Look at we'll just talk about music for a minute. Look at like I think his name is Johnston. He does a lot of music for WWE. This dude knows what's up, okay? He's been doing the entrance themes for like just about everybody since the 80s, okay? And they know the catchy tunes, and even stuff. What was it the entrance for Raw, Monday Night Raw, whatever, the Union Underground or whatever? You know, stuff that will fucking get you pumped. Even though Johnson didn't do that, but like you know the Hulk Hogan's theme was it Derringer, Real American gets you pumped. That's the secret. Good music works. You know, Bill Conti did the music for Rocky, Survivor, so it gets you pumped. Big Papa Pump's theme, holla if you hear me. When the ambulance it comes up like that, you know, gets you pumped. You know, Brock Lesnar's don't boom 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 don't you know it's like a fucking beast coming, a warrior coming at you kind of thing. Gets you pumped. Kurt Angle's theme with the horns, you know, if it that you know, pumped. Good music works. There's people that got the talent that fucking know what they're doing, and then there's everybody else. And you ain't pulling over either. You got it or you don't. And I'm listening to these people that are driving by and their hip hop music and this new shit, and you don't got it, my friend. You don't got it. Now, even though Eminem stuff wasn't really danceable, some of that stuff had decent beats. Jay Z has a decent flow in his voice. There's some people like I understand, you know, there's some people that are I call pretty tight. But I am very, very sorry to tell you that a lot of this stuff is just downright garbage, and has no business even being, promoted. And I think I got good fucking taste, man. Even groups like The Weekend. Hey, see, I'm talking about different things here. Daft Punk, whatever. But you're like, man, you got it or you don't. Bruno Mars, people got it. Justin Timberlake, people who fucking got it. And there's people who don't got it, like Beyonce. I'm sorry, sister, you don't have it. You're screaming in the microphone like a fucking hyena. That's nothing. And the beats suck. Okay. You know who else never had it? Was Janet Jackson, in my opinion. Okay. Never had it. Never had it. And I'm not saying that because of the comparison to Michael or anything. I'm saying her in general. The music was not tight to me. Did not good dance. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, whatever. I think when they worked on Dangerous, okay. Teddy Riley was that? Yeah, I think so. But she, was banking on that look, on her look and everything like that. You can't pull. You just can't pull one over on me because I'm dancer. I know what's tight music like to me. A lot of these fagulas, a lot of these they like, the Madonna and so like that. Madonna, another person. I'm sorry, a couple songs, but majority overall, no, no. It's fagula dance music. That's for them. That's for them. That's so good for them. I'm talking about me. What I think is tight. Who's fucking tight was like some of these funk like bands that are really good. And they got artists like Rick James, you know, James Brown, like a real, you know, it's got some real heart in that music, like some real fucking deep funk, something. Even Hammer, too legit to quit. Please, Hammer, don't hurt him. Heavy D, it's got some energy. That was a theme in Living Color. Hard. You could do what you want to do, but don't see the skip move, the J Lo. That's hard. That's hard, man. That's tight. The locking music, locking, popping stuff. That's tight. Disco. Yeah, the Bee Gees. That's fucking tight, man. Actually, Bee Gees badass. Okay, you should be dancing. Woo. Saturday Night Fever. Okay. Telling young, when I'm hearing some of these Mariah Carey, that ain't dance music. She could sing, but poor problem is that whoever was doing like the beats and putting the stuff together, they just didn't do it right. When she started that song "Someday," or like one of her early kind of thing, but it was still. Is it Fantasy off the Fantasy album or something? But there are people that can sing that had some good fucking beats. I'll give you an example. There was somebody called Whitney Houston. How will I know if he will, or whatever those other fucking, I forget what video was it where Shrimp and Taco and Pop and Pete, whatever, Shabadoo was in, I forget what video, Whitney Houston, whatever. But okay, it's just, it's just magic. It's something you got or you don't. Rock steady, da, 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 it's some good fucking shit. I'll hear sometimes some people be playing, I'll be like, that's tight, that's, yeah. I don't remember all the names. A lot of these bands are obscure, but there's shit that has flow, is good, and there's a lot of garbage. And the garbage is mostly played today, generally. Generally. Because if it's old garbage, it's sent to the fucking trash heap. You won't even hear it. You won't even make it. The new garbage they play today. I'm sorry, it's reggaeton and it's garbage. It's garbage. Even a lot of house kind of stuff is just garbage. It just doesn't stand. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's not tight. The dub. What's that fucking kind of music? Wow, wow. It's nothing. Dubstep, not dubstep music. It's fucking just garbage. There's a lot of garbage out there, man. Shouldn't give it any credit, Doesn't deserve any. Anyway, that's enough about that. I don't know why I went off on like a music kind of tangent for a minute, but I was passionate, about dance. You know, Believe me, I can expend a lot of, not just the gym. I can expend a lot of energy dancing too. I mean, I have the shirt from a week ago. It's still soaked out of laundry detergent, but if they're playing some tight music and you give me some space, I can fucking get down. I can expend a lot of energy. A taxi driver driving me home all the way from fucking Irvine is telling me that. You meet anybody? I don't know. Boy, you're spending a lot of energy. Think about that. Think about how much energy you're spending. It's like, well, you hit a certain age already. You ain't getting any better, man. You might be able to maintain something, but listen, you got to really define, try to gain some understanding of why you're doing what you're doing. I used to be like, well, am I going there to meet women? Am I going there to dance? And I said, well, I'm doing both. Like, okay, well, you use your dancing as a HDV, it's high demonstration value, but you don't want to be the dancing clown or the dancing monkey, which is very easy to be that. Where you're like, and the women are like, hey, you're like a one man show here, but I don't want to get to know you because you're too weird, kind of thing. You don't want to be like that, because I have a tendency to be very, all or nothing kind of guy. So you gotta pace yourself, and there's a time to do things, and there's also a time to back off, So because you want to do both, like I said, if you're there to try to meet women and you're there to dance, you better as sure as hell devote energy equally to both endeavors. If you don't, one's going to be negated. And with me, it was always negating like the women, too much time dancing, not enough time uh, talking and socializing. You got to talk your way to leave with them. You got to talk your way to get in their pants. That's how it works. You can try to dance your way to meet them, but then it's this that's going to try to get them in. And unfortunately, there are times like, yeah, I would be dancing with women and stuff, and then and then they you know, just told me it's not going to happen. But I wouldn't have known unless I started talking. And that's what a lot of people, unfortunately, you hold holding this mystery. You don't want to hear no, fear of rejection. But you know what? It's better to fucking get a no and have peace of mind than to play this cat and mouse wondering, hoping kind of thing. I did that at the Pat's Cocktails. I did that with the fucking bartender in the Valley for about 2 years. Okay. I was too afraid to get that fear of rejection kind of thing until I finally stepped up and I went to her fucking work in Hollywood where, you know, and then I found out no, but at least I had peace of mind. I didn't even get commended for my efforts. I got a serious like cease and desist kind of from her, and that's acceptable. That's fine. But you know what? At least I fucking tried. Shouldn't have waited that long. My friend, life goes by very quickly. If you take anything from this episode or any of my episodes, you got to make your move. And the more you think about it, the more time you're going to think yourself out of it. It's not a chess game where it's like, okay, well, even a chess game, if you're playing a 2 hour match or whatever on time, you've got to make your move. You've got to make your move. It might be the wrong one, but guess what? You've got to make that move. And the more time you waste, because then after you make your move and your opponent moves, the whole dynamic of the game might change. You might have fucked yourself up. You might have created an opening for yourself. This happens. Let me tell you how many times I failed. I told you with crypto. I'm watching this one, and then this other one quick came out, and I watched it right when it came out. I said, all right, let's go. Let's fucking go in. And I jumped in. I lost $1,000 like that. And I just watched it keep on. I said, all right, let me get out of this before I fucking get killed here. I went back to my own, and then like 8 hours later, went back up and it went above. I would have doubled my money probably if I just would have been patient, would have hung in there. But look, the end result is I lost money, but at least I tried. I didn't stay with it, but at least I initially tried. Yeah, I lost. End result, bottom line, lose. The point is the effort, the trying, man. I just didn't sit on the fence. And that's what's going to happen many times in life. You're going to try and you're going to be wrong. Now, I got a real personal goal. In like 2 years and a couple months, whatever, I'll be 50. I want that condo by the time I'm 50. Right before 50, I want it. I want to wake up on my 50th birthday in my nice condo in Las Vegas. Not in government housing, poor thing. I didn't say we're like during my, I said on my 50th birthday, I'm putting a very like concrete goal. I got about 2 years and 3 months to do it. So some play times, look, I'm just trying to make a plan how to get there. Even if it's a mortgage or whatever, I still want that. I want to be there on my 50th birthday in my own condo. I got an electric bike. Hopefully, a market's not more than a couple miles away. Gym's not more than a couple miles away. The strip's not more than a couple miles away. My dream. Everybody has a dream. I have mine. And I hope to, if I'm alive, I hope to get on this that morning, broadcasting from my place there. And to show you that dreams do come true. Now, if I'm not there by that time, then I don't see why I would, I don't think I ever will be. Maybe I decide not to go there, but I would need a very good reason not to. I haven't figured, unless I hit an entertainment or something. That's how I contend to LA to be only good for a couple things. For me to be some bum walking around with nothing here is just not good enough. My time's starting to add up. You don't get an unlimited amount of time. And I'm sick of the fucking queers. I'm sick of nothing going on. I'm sick of being around people. They have money, but they're not helping you. It's like a lot of things I just don't like here. It's not them per se. It's like I don't hate. It's just I just not meeting any women, and it rubs off on my attitude, and I just don't like it. At least I'm honest. I mean, I hold a neutral contention, which means that I don't hate you. I don't like. It's like I don't dislike you, but I don't care about you. You're nothing. It's like it's neutrality. It's neutral. I don't care. You're relevant. You don't matter because you don't do anything for me to help me get ahead. You're irrelevant. If anything, you just get in my way. That's why I left my ex-girlfriend. I left her because she wouldn't advance me. And if somebody's not advancing you, either two things are happening. They're either holding you in place or you're going backwards. And that's why she's got like a homeless guy, a church guy that hangs around her all the time. Because the homeless, he has no place else to go. So she provides a roof for him. That's a step up for him. I have my own place. So if you're not advancing me forward, you're actually holding me in place or you're holding me back. Ask yourself, if you're with somebody like that, I want you to think about this. If you're with somebody, they're not advancing you, they're holding you in place, or they're for the most part, they're holding you down and holding you back. And remember what I said. It's very important to remember this. To allow something to come in, you have to be willing to take something out. And a lot of people just aren't willing to do that because there's no guarantees. I'm willing to. There's this chick that I don't like, she was in my bullpen, and she's just a real fucking cunt. And so, I, I'm I'm trying my best to get rid of her. I'm trying to replace her with a better quality, nice, friendlier person. So I don't want to be around her anymore, and I'd rather pay some other chick. So that's I want to get somebody better. There's plenty of women out there that will take money. It's got to find somebody that meets. This one, she used to be, and and it's not my job to try to educate her. Some of these people, they're beyond education. By the time a woman is 50, forget it. That ain't fucking changing. They're gonna be a fucking, the way that they are. Let them be that way. Just you don't be that way. You know? Gym doesn't open for a couple hours, even though on the week. I know it's so stupid. It's so fucking retarded that gyms on the weekend they don't open that late. Like, why? Like what your body, you're not allowed to work out. It's so fucking stupid. These gyms should be open 24 fucking hours. It's not that hard. The body works 24 hours. Your fucking gym should be open 24 hours. Your food place should be open. I know I talked about this in earlier episodes. It's just so stupid the way the society functions. And that's why I keep talking about Vegas. Now, I know Vegas, everything's not open 24 hours there, but my point is like that I just don't belong here. I walk by this big condominium complex where I live around here. The people, they got money or whatever, they belong here. You should go where you belong, but you should also be given an opportunity. How many jobs I applied for in Las Vegas? Nobody's ever really contacted me. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. It's fucked up. About nepotism. think like in a government job, nepotism is illegal. You know, I read this on a thing today. You know, it's like I want this kind of work experience. I said, look, I mean, well, the fucking master's degree, dude. How does that not qualify me? You got work experience. Hey, I know more about fitness than I don't give a fuck how many trainers, how many fucking people in corporate. I know more about this shit than anybody, okay? They don't even fucking know anything about companies that were here, gone, or anything. Most of these people. You put me in a fucking room with all these people that think they're corporate, that they've been working in corporate, but they think they know about fitness. I will make them look like fucking garbage, okay? I was going to use the F word, but I'm being nice. They can't. They can't. I'm a fucking like walking history book of this thing. I could start from the fucking beginning. They can't. There's no way. There's no fucking way. Well, they were focusing on getting their master's MBA. I was studying up on like who John Grimmick was, and Eugene Sandow, Steve Reeves, all these people, that foundation, how Joe Weider got his start and everything like that. You're gonna fucking talk to me about fitness? I'll fucking bury you in the fucking underneath a York dumbbell. You have no fucking idea. I'll talk about that record. Mark Henry picked up that dumbbell. I know so much about this shit. I'll make you fucking look like a nothing. Okay? And you won't even invite me for a fucking interview. You guys are fucking idiots, okay? All you fucking people. Sorry. That's why I don't even fucking care. I don't fucking care. I applied to work at these minor league baseball organizations, for the other teams as a coach and stuff. These fucking people, you guys are out of your fucking minds for not, even seeing how I could train somebody. You guys are out of your fucking minds, okay? I was willing to relocate and everything. So to hell with you, hell with you. That's why I just won't do it. I won't be some schleprock. I'd rather have fucking nothing than be somebody I'm not. I remember, like I was at the Marriott. I was walking around, and I was a lot bigger than this, a lot more. And these people work for WWE. They saw me. They go, "You're not as big as John Cena." I said, "I never said I was." You're comparing me with the franchise, with the guy, the number one dog there, and I don't even have a contract with as a wrestler or anything with your company, and you're belittling me. And said, "You're in great shape" or something. Like, are you? It wouldn't even fucking, those people are like drivers or something. But you see, that's what you get. It's all the people just putting you down. They won't even give you an opportunity. They won't even take a look at nothing. Do the same thing on So You Think You Can Dance With Me. Same fucking thing. Just like, fucking idiots. And then I try to get on World of Dance. Same fucking thing. They wouldn't even take a look. Yeah. All of it's just okay. Sometimes your dreams do not come true. You're just going to have to understand that you don't always get what you want. I mean, it's just the way it is. That's the way it is. You don't. You won't be. I thought I was going to create like a franchise. I thought I was going to create something like the next Rocky, but with dancing. And that's why I wrote my script. I thought I was going to do something that's never been done before. I really did. And I wrote it. Nobody would look at it. And that's it. It's over, you know? Register with WGA, whatever. Never seen nothing like it. I hear people talk about they wanted to break in 3. Could have been that easily. Easily. All right, that's enough with that for now. That's enough, you know. Just agitating, you know, when you given so much, you know. Look, there's a kid talked about this that devoted his entire life to chess. He's like 17 now. That don't guarantee you the world championship, my friends. There's a lot of there's about probably 100 kids like that that dedicated their whole fucking life. They became grandmasters. Some of them even became super grandmasters. But how many world champions are there at a time? How many United States champions can there be at a time? That's it. That's it. The number one dog. So I don't give a fuck what kind of prodigy you are. And I follow this kid. I'm curious. You know, I saw him when he was like 7 years old, or maybe about 7. And this guy's gonna be something unfucking believable, and I was right. Became a grandmaster this year, but that's not unbelievable. You got to win the U.S. championship before you become world champion. Well, anyway, the country, whatever you play, you got to win their national championship, and then be invited to the candidates tournament, which is probably the top 8 players on the planet. On the planet, the best player of China, the best player of fucking India, Russia, U.S. And then the winner of that gets a shot at the world championship against the fucking current holder, who hasn't relinquished that in like 10 years. I don't know, Carlson, how long he's been champion. But my point is that this dude that's like 17 years old, I messaged him. I said, dude, if you think you're going to be world champion, you're a little late to the dance, my friend, because you're not even U.S. championship yet. You're not even U.S. champion. You're not that by 18, even 18 or 19. You're very, very late to the party. He knows. He's like number 3 in the U.S. 23. I'm sorry, not 3. Number 23. He's gone up huge. He's gone up fast. Number like 200 in the world. Okay? He's gone from 300 to 200 in the world. You're too late to the dance, man. They got about 200 guys ahead of you that are fucking. Not to say he's not progressing at a fast pace, but he's 17 already. Carlson said, if I'm not world champion by 20, forget it. This dude will never be world champion. I can guarantee you 100% unequivocally. You know, I don't even. He won't be. It's just too good. That Fabiano guy, you know, is U.S. champion. He's like, this guy ain't gonna fucking go down to this kid that's 17 already. He was 17. He ain't there. He's too late to the dance. And that's how it goes for somebody that dedicated their entire life. Can you believe that? Entire life, 17 years to it, and still not good enough to be. There's this dude Darius that's like rated number 100 in the world. Entire life. He won't even be world champion. And he's way further ahead than this Hans kid that I'm talking about that, you know, kicked my ass that I never seen that somebody that good. Okay? 10 years ago. That's the problem. You have like these immense expectations and then reality. I wanted to be a professional baseball player more than you wanted to be alive, okay? That's how bad I wanted to be a professional baseball player, like more than you can fucking possibly imagine. And in the end, after everything I went through, I got a professional contract for one fucking day in the minor leagues at 31 years old. That's it. after all the tryouts, after everything I went through at the professional level. That's the culmination of everything I went through. So it's like I went for like this much and I got like this much. And you have to be okay with that. And you have to figure out what else to do with your life while you have time. Because then, or else you just sit at a bar watching other people do. And you're sitting there nursing your beer and you're just watching other people doing, or you're watching, and that's what a bum does. A bum watches. I'm sorry to say. I'm not a bum. I'm a doer. Now, I might not have amounted to much, but I fucking try. I was in the gym yesterday, 5 in the morning, working my ass off. For what reason? I don't know. But it gives me some type of strength in my mind. It gives me some type of belief in my mind that, no, I know why I work out so hard is because I'm not going to let anybody punk me, like if I try to talk to a woman, again, that's why I work out so hard, because I'm a 21st century warrior is why. But I remember I went to In-N-Out Burger one time in Hollywood a couple years ago, and there was like a group of these Hispanic dudes, really tough, kind of thuggy guys. I don't know what happened, but the dude said something to me for no reason. I don't know. He said something, and he called me a termite. I know it's like an insult or something, and I wasn't like trained like in the fighting as I am now, but I know exactly what I would have said to him when he called me that. I would have told him, I said, hey, you know what? You can call me. Guess what? You can call me whatever name you want. And also, I can call you whatever name I want. But you know what the big difference is? I guarantee you have his attention at that point. The difference is I can beat the living fuck out of you if I want to, and you can't do anything to me. Now that's confidence. And that's why I train every day. That's why I train every day hard. So I can say stuff like that. If you want. Now, there was somebody that was like trying to scream and get my attention from across the street as I was walking, and they were literally just about 50 feet, maybe 75 feet away from me. I didn't know who this person was, but he's acting crazy. And when the light changed, I kept walking focused, and this person did back off. I don't take verbal threats seriously, because there's a lot of crazy people out there that they raise their voice. That's what babies do. They cry for attention. So I don't give them the attention that they want. And like 100%, it's usually just neutralized. But if they come at me, I will put them to sleep. And that's what you have to, that's why I train every day. Just in case, you have to put them to sleep. Now, I didn't create this society. I just live in it. And that's why you have to be that tough. You don't have to walk around with this pisk, in Yiddish we call it a pisk. This face, like, tough kind of guy. Because that ain't fucking nothing. That doesn't mean you're trained. The training is inside. If you paid your dues. It's like somebody like that's a millionaire. They don't have to walk around, with a sign saying I'm rich. They know because they can look in their bank account. They know. Do you understand the difference? They know. You know. I don't need to broadcast it, just like they don't. But there's a time to broadcast if necessary. When does a millionaire broadcast? Ah, they find a property that's on sale, a good deal. Then it's time to pull out the checkbook. They broadcast that they have the power to buy. There's a time to broadcast. Just like if somebody tries to fuck with you, then you broadcast. Never, never otherwise. They teach you that in like martial arts is the number one thing. It's for self-preservation. It's for self-defense. But if somebody crosses that line, you fucking destroy them. That's it. There's no question. There's no question. That line is not calling you a name or something. I'm talking that line is they try to physically or try to hurt you. Then it's your own self-preservation. It's either they die or you die. So what do you choose? Yeah. I mean, that's a little extreme example, but you know what I mean. Why do you think police carry guns? Just in case somebody tries to, take their life from them. They're armed for a reason. You just have to come to the reality that there's a lot of bad people out there. Now, you just want to stay on yellow alert all the time. I'm on yellow alert all the time. Yellow alert. Remember in Star Trek? It fortifies the inner defense, the bridge. It's fortified the inner defense. Red alert, it's like battle ready, which I very quickly, I'm on red alert when I'm around a lot of dudes, that they went to that bar, whatever, if they're drinking, I'm dancing, I'm kind of like borderline red alert just in case somebody tries to approach me, and I am. If I don't protect myself, nobody else will. Nobody will for you either. I told the women, somebody tries to come up on you, men are stronger, kick them in the fucking balls, poke them in the eyes. I don't care how strong somebody is. Grab them by the throat, pull their ears. I don't give a fuck how strong somebody is. You do those things to defend yourself. Nobody should be a victim. Nobody. It's such a shame that, life has to be like this, I remember I was walking in Vegas off the strip down like Paradise Road because I heard of this club that was way down. It was like an alternative club. So I was like, let me go check it out. And, I slept all the way. I remember, and this van drove by me and somebody fucking threw, like, what are those called? Not catapult, they're like ricochet, but what the fuck is that? But it was a rock inside of a sock. And somebody fucking threw it and he didn't hit me, thank God, but it was close. I'll never forget that. Some bad people out there. That's why you got to be on yellow alert all the time, no matter where you are. Believe me, all that fighting, all that practice and shit is going to come in handy one day. You mark my words. And if it doesn't, at least it's for fitness. I mark my words, Like I say this in the gym, I say this to myself. Respect anyone, but just don't get in my way. All right, so what do I say? Respect everyone, but just focus on yourself. Like, I'm there to be selfish. Those people are there to waste time. I'm there to make gains. I watched a video today, tonight, about doing proper pull-ups, chin-ups, or pull-ups. I'm sorry, I get those confused sometimes. But like pulling chest to bar, doing these things, fucking hard exercises. And I'm like, I want it all. Okay, I want to be master of this body. I want to be for this little 5'9" guy. I want to be strong as fucking hell for my size. Not like big walk, like a steroid, walking retard. But you know, believe me, you can build one hell of a body naturally and be able to do exercises that are quite extraordinary. You don't need to look like a steroid retard to do that. A lot of these gays, they just take. They don't. It's so stupid. You're fooling everybody except somebody like me. And I don't give a fuck, because they're all superficial. There's mirrors there. They all care about how they look in a mirror and stuff. I'm not there to smell good. I'm not there to look good. I'm there to work. There's a time to smell good. There's a time to look good. When I go out dancing, that's different. But even then, I don't care. I'll get my shirt will be soaked. Sometimes. All right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. This was a good episode. Remember next month, the expose. That'll be a very good one on 9/11. Hope you're ready for it. I expect some people to be watching that one. You only get one go around. I was thinking about this. I watch videos sometimes on Area 51, like the perimeter, it shows you like where you can't go past those signs and everything. I just think it's kind of cool for some reason. I've always been kind of infatuated with that area. That's a pun, right? Like they showed this bus going through there, this unmarked bus. Nobody walking because it's probably like 15 miles through whatever. And it's probably nothing more, than like a research facility. There's nothing there. There's nothing, whatever people make it out to be. The X Files episode is really good. The not the pilot, but yeah, it was. I think it was after the pilot when he snuck on there, and there was like a triangle ship, and they took him and they inoculated, shot him up with some drug, Fox Smolder. It was good. It was good. Like he's going, they're pushing him on a gurney. He sees the ship behind the fucking thing, the reverse engineering. It's so good. That was good. And then he let him out, and he doesn't know where he is. It's like they walk him to the gate, the front gate. They let him out. It was funny. That was good. Chris Carter, the X Files. At least the pilot, at least that episode, that was good. Some of them went off on the deep end, but I did like that cigarette smoking man. He takes like the alien, the little at the end, he puts it like it's in the jar, and then he walks out the Pentagon, and he swipes the card and says, "No, you're Eddie smoking in the FB. You're not allowed. It's a non-smoking facility. The guy is the only guy allowed to smoke. Who the fuck are you?" And they never address that. Like, I don't care who you are. You're not allowed. There's no smoking in the FBI. Remember, was it Mitch play the FBI district director, the assistant director, whatever, the bald guy, Mitch Pileggi, I think his name is, or replace him. Then the cigarette smoking guy smoking in his office. with like Fox Mulder's right there. You say, who the fuck are you? Or I'm sorry, Scully. Scully was there. Didn't even ask once who this guy is. Why is he allowed to smoke? This is a non-smoking facility, or in the Pentagon, non-smoking. It's so stupid, but it's the point. The point is that that guy is like part of the he's a conduit to like the elite, like the people that control the decisions that are made. He's the one like that enforces them, so he's allowed to smoke wherever he goes. It's total nonsense, but that's the look. Even the president can't smoke in the office. I remember they showed Obama smoking outside. He can't smoke; it's not allowed. It's funny, it's funny. Um, but I knew a guy. I knew a guy actually that was in the X Files movie in that one, and he was a coworker of my friend Pete that worked at Earth Cafe, and he did that movie. I think he did a couple things before, and he played like a Navy. I remember when there was a scene he played like a Navy guard or something, but he was in camo. He was a camo thing, and they showed him a couple times when he was going out with a flashlight looking for Scully, and then he just said, I don't want to do this anymore. And I think he moved to Nebraska. He lives on a farm or so. He just did not want to be part of Hollywood. That was it. So it's not, people change. It's not for everybody. Things aren't for everybody. So take that into consideration. Whatever your dreams are, if you want to come out to LA to be an actor, if you have dreams of this, or maybe you have dreams to get the fuck out, kind of like I do, unless you make it. Like to me, I guess if I had all the money, I could buy whatever I want. I could live in a penthouse or something, or a nice house in the hills, or if money wasn't it. If money wasn't an issue, I would stay here. But it is an issue, and I'd rather have a decent condo, what I call. Now, there's some garbage-looking condos I've seen in Las Vegas for 50,000. They look like slums. Not That's not a condo. That's a worn-down apartment with metal bars on the wall. No, no, that's not what I'm talking about. You know what something decent is. Something decent. So I know what decent is, and I know what garbage is. So I got offered garbage housing, uh, public housing in Vegas. I turned it down twice because it was garbage. I know what garbage is. To step down, I got to step up, not down. They're too old already. If you're young, you can, oh, okay, go live in a hostel, go try these. When you're not young, you can't. There's no step down anymore. You're too old already. So, you know, that's my dream. That's a step up from. You could be a bum in Beverly Hills, you know, or something better somewhere else. And I choose the better somewhere else. And that's that. So, all right. Anyway, that's all for now. I hope that you came away with something where I talked about lots of different things. That's the name of the episode was Potluck. Potluck. Talked about women. Talked about some of the women that I pay, to hang out with. Um, goals, chasing dreams and things. So, I hope that you figure out whatever it is that who you are, and that's what I'm here to do. Maybe like from my example, you can see you're not alone, and whatever. So, anyway, um, gonna have some meat. 8 o'clock, go to the gym, and life goes on. Hopefully. All right. Well, that's it. Warrior Junior is signing off. Jeez. So you got to move around. If you sit around too much, your legs cramp up. I'll talk about that next episode.